I would like to highlight 11% being diagnosed as pre-diabetes, right? But have you ever imagined those who actually never do the health screening? Yes.
Yes,
Yes, exactly. That is
true.
that is for those who actually did the health screening.
Screening, yeah.
That's when they get the data of 11% pre-diabetes. But how many Malaysians actually is not diagnosed with pre-diabetes?
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So we're back here with Muja in Hi Geng podcast series and we're already in the 4th episodes. So actually this podcast is actually the place where we share insightful stories, powerful experiences from so many panels and guests that we brought just for you to share their experience, to share their lessons and to share their challenges in life along their story. So our mission here is to spark ideas, to fuel ambition in the youth in Malaysia, or just for some storytelling, because all the panels that we brought here, all the guests, they have faced so many challenges and experience in their life that could be shared to you, that maybe you're the one that will be sitting here one day. We never know. But before that, I would like to ask for you guys to like, share, subscribe and share our social media platforms. From YouTube, we have Hi Gang Podcast, Facebook, JBS Negara and Belia.my, Instagram, JBS Negara, TikTok, JBS Negara, Twitter, JBS_Negara, and we also have our websites, which is www.kbs.gov.my and also www.jbsn.gov.my. Other than that, we also have our hashtags, which is, don't forget our hashtags, which is hashtag Team KBS, hashtag Team JBSN, hashtag JBS Bersama, and also hashtag Rakan Muda. So without further ado, we will continue introducing our panels for today and the topic that we'll be discussing today, which is health is wealth. What is actually health and what is actually wealth? So now I will be introducing our very charming, beautiful panel for today. Miss Nur Liyana Binti Norazizan, clinical dietitian and also alumni of SEYAP 46 on 2019, yes, and also the youth leader for the Malaysian contingent. Hi, yes. How are you?
Hi, Muja.
Oh my god, you look so beautiful and the way you look doesn't match your age.
Thank you.
I actually very, very surprised to see you in person. I already stalked you in Instagram, by the way. But I really, is this real her? Because the age just doesn't match with the look, you know?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the compliments.
So can you tell me a bit about your background? Where are you from?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Liana. So I'm a clinical dietitian in one of the teaching hospital in KL. So my background is I study in dietetics, degree in health science, honors with dietetics. The last time, I graduated in 2017. So I have been in this field ever since 2017, being a clinical dietitian. And right now, I am based in KL. So I have been preaching how health is wealth towards my audiences, my circles, my families and friends as well.
By the way, that is such a new information to me because I don't really have like colleagues or connections that have a background as dietetics. So today is going to be not just beneficial to me, but also beneficial to all of you guys because we are going to discuss a topic that is very, very familiar with everyone, but not everyone is taking care of it and not everyone taking action to do something with it. I'm going to make sure everyone in this podcast will practice what is health is wealth. So in this world that is constantly on the go, we often forget that the actual success of us is actually our health. Because without our health, we can't do anything.
Yes.
Even a little flu point, I think no one can
Yeah, no one can actually survive
Yeah.
without affected so much.
especially men. Kan kalau if diorang demam like
Can barely do anything.
can barely do anything. on the bed all the time, can't do anything, can't move, and so on. So we will hearing the expert itself to share tips and also life stories and how prioritizing health can actually transform our life. So firstly, I want to know actually, can you briefly introduce what is clinical dietitian, as it is your job, and actually what it covers? What is your job scope as a clinical dietitian?
All right. So as a clinical dietitian, I think not people are aware of it. So what they know is when they think of dietitian, it's all about, oh, you're giving some kind of advice, how to lose weight, what to eat in the hospital, right? But that is not basically what we did. I mean, like, that is not the only thing we do in hospital. So having a clinical dietitian in hospital settings, we are responsible to provide the medical nutrition therapy according to their medical history. Just a simple example, like a very direct. If there is a patient who were maybe he or she was facing an accident and then they were warded. So ever wonder like how do they eat, right? So when people who got accidents and then warded, they usually like have a lot of tubes going on. So there will be a tubes be inserted, and that is when dietitian plays role to provide the right calories and formulas according to that individual's medical history. Let's say they have diabetes, the person have diabetes, and another person have chronic kidney disease. So they have a different two formulas that need to be prescribed. So that is when clinical dietitian play roles to provide the right calories and the right formula for such individuals. So not just giving tips how to lose weight and what to eat to lose weight. So yeah, that is like an idea to give what does clinical dietitian do in hospital.
Actually, what you are saying is true. Most of us think that clinical dietitian only guide us to lose weight because it is the trend now whereby people think, oh, I want to lose weight to look beautiful, which is not true. But you are also beautiful in no matter size you are, but the health that you are prioritizing and whatever size you are, as long as you are healthy, and it is okay. And yeah, clinical dietitian is not only guide you to lose weight. There are so many. You just mentioned just now about if the patient is being warded, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What I noticed is the one yang macam masuk susu
Yeah,
dari
there's a
hidung
lot
tu.
of like routes to actually insert. Like we call it rice tube feeding. So we put it inside the nostrils. So it's either like you can also through the jejunum, so stomach bag. So there's a lot of like routes to actually insert the calories. But the most basic one is the tube feeding.
Tube feeding through the nose.
Yes.
Do they have like any other ways or any other nutrition that inserted into the body selain daripada
The tube feeding,
rice
is it?
too? Maybe
Yeah,
milk, rice, other than that?
Mostly formula because we want it to be flowy. So yeah, usually it will be in a liquid form.
In a liquid form.
Yes.
I see. So actually, what inspired you to be a clinical dietitian?
Okay. So basically, it started back in, I think, high school. I was just watching some random reality show, and then I saw the panel, just like this.
And now you are the panel.
And yeah,
See how it goes around.
So like the panel, like they have the title, it calls dietitian. So it makes me wonder what is dietitian. That's when I Google it, and then that's when I know that I don't want to be a doctor because I want to have like a balanced, healthy lifestyle. But I don't think so. Me myself can actually advocate that being more than that, being a doctor or a dentist, in which that is very typical in a science stream student to be. So I want it to be like I still can provide something, give something to the communities, but also prioritize myself as well. So not just like accommodate myself to the community, but also to myself. So that's when, okay, I want to pursue dietetics. Goes to matriculations, and then that's when I pursue in degrees in dietetics and work so hard to be in a clinical setting, being a dietitian. So that's how I'm here now. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So you were saying you were from matriculation, right?
Yes.
In which module you were?
I was in actually pure science, which
Module 1.
yeah, module
The first
1, which
module.
have physics. But I know my life. I just don't want anything to do with physics. So I want to be very focused. I have a very focused minded. So that's when I changed to module 3. So there's no physics, just biology, chemistry.
You changed to module 3 during matrix.
Yes, so I don't mind downgrading. People would say like, oh, you downgrade from like module 1 to module 3. But this is my life. Like I don't want to be influenced like by how people say it, because this is what I'm going to do.
Understood. Okay, just for your guys' information, module 3 in matriculation is science, computer, and also biology without
Yes,
physics.
Without physics. It
Without
replaced with
physics.
the science computer.
Yeah, science, computer, and biology. That's why she's here now. That's why she's a clinical dietitian now. So we are moving on to our main objective for today, our own main topic, which is health is wealth. Can you deeper down what is actually health is wealth mean to you, so that everyone knows that how important is health is?
Okay, health is wealth is like a very cliche phrase, I think, right? People
Yes.
say like, health is wealth, okay. But no one actually goes deeply into the true meaning, isn't it? But for me, having a good health is the foundational to fulfilling your life. You will get to enjoy and have the clarity of mind to do whatever you want, to pursue your goals. Like everything is just like at the tip of your hands. Like you can just do anything when you have a good health. Like a simple example that you just gave earlier about flu, right? Yeah, just imagine if we got sick, even like low-grade fever, if we have fever, do you ever think like we can do like our daily tasks in a very comfortable way?
It's very hard.
Right.
Very hard.
Have like falling sick is like an early warning or an early signs that health is very important. That's just an early like sign that you should be aware, like like early warning lah. So basically, just imagine if it goes like if you were diagnosed with some chronic disease like diabetes, and if you were to be diagnosed with such disease, you have to be more mindful than ever. You no longer can actually eat carbohydrates mindfully. You have to be, you have to consume carbohydrates mindfully than ever. No more sweet drinks and all. So basically, like health is wealth ni. Until it happens to you or your family member, then only you actually will really appreciate your health. I mean, like, na'udzubillah min zalik, we don't want to get disease and only we menyesal kan. So we don't want that. So that is why we have this podcast, this conversation, in order to create awareness and also reminder to everyone that value your health currently. I mean, like, we will never get younger than ever. The age is increasing. We might be looking younger than our age, but the health inside. So you want to take care. Oh, yeah. One more thing that I think why health is wealth is that we sometimes feel actually like being quite selfish if we did not take care of our health, because if we are not in a good health, how can we take care of our family members?
Yeah.
So that is being selfish for not taking care of our health, right? So yeah, that's how everyone should see health is wealth.
Not only that we can't take care of our family members, but we are also nyusahkan dorang lah kan. Bila when we are falling sick, they have to take care of us. When we are like just get the flu, but they have to buy us medicine and taking care of us basically. So yeah, that is actually being selfish for being not healthy, but not saying that you can choose to be healthy or not. Sometimes you can't choose it. Sometimes you just maybe affected from someone else. But when you can choose it, do you actually believe in the phrase "you are what you eat"?
Yeah, because not making choices is a choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're not doing anything, that is also a choice. You choose to not do anything. So if you choose to eat everything that you feel like it's okay, once, like YOLO, you only live once. So that is also a choice. So whatever you eat, you are what you eat, exactly.
So Malaysia is actually estimated to have 30 31.3% of our population in Malaysia to have diabetes by 2025. So, what do you think the main factor, the main contributor to this data, to this cause, the main cause of diabetes in Malaysia?
All right. Actually, it's obese. Being obese. Being obese contributes to
First of
that.
all, may I ask what is the difference between obesity and diabetes?
Obesity is a state of our physical body whereby we exceeded the normal body weight. So that is where first there is normal body weight, and then there's overweight, and then there goes like obese and extremely obese. So diabetes is a type of disease. So a type of disease whereby it's called the insulin resistance. So you cannot produce insulin in order to lower down the sugar level in your body. So it's definitely different terminologies. So diabetes is a disease. Obesity is a state of condition of your physical appearance.
But they are very closely related,
Yes,
right?
they're very closely related. Like you mentioned earlier, what contributes to the factor that increase the diabetes rate in Malaysia is actually being obese. That's actually being highlighted by the National Diabetes Institute, NADI, that highlights obese is the primary contributor of why we are having higher prevalence of diabetes in Malaysia, especially among youth or early adults.
Among youth. So if the cause to diabetes is obese, and then what is the cause of obese in Malaysia, in youth especially? We all know, I think it's more about junk food, right? Junk food, or we have so many fast foods now. Do you think that is the major contributor, or there is something else?
Okay, so the reason why Malaysian is obese is because of the reduced physical activity. I always emphasize on mindful eating and portion control. But the thing is, when we eat something, Malaysian just did not burn it back. So that's why I said the cause of obese is reduced physical activity. There's no physical activity being done. We are very sedentary. We barely see Malaysian exercise, workout, So when you have consumed something, you have to burn it back, or else it will eventually you will gain weight from excessive calorie intakes, and then on top of being sedentary on daily basis.
So what happens if someone just decide to fully go on diet without exercise, or she or he decide to fully go to exercise without going on diet?
I'll definitely disagree with neither both of them, because everything goes hand by hand. It's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. So you have to go together. Nutrition and fitness or exercise comes together. You cannot just do once. I have seen so many people, they only do one part, but they did not sustain. So in order for you to have sustainable body weight and good health, you need to actually incorporate both, having a good nutrition and also having do the physical activity. That is why the reason why diabetes, the high prevalence of diabetes happen because of obese. And then obese is due to what? Due to physical activity, reduced physical activity. So when you say, can you only do one? No, you can't.
You have to balance it out between exercise
exactly.
and what you eat. So we all know that in Malaysia, fruits and vegetables are quite pricier than fast foods. So I have heard so many opinions on why Malaysians choose to eat fast food and junk foods instead of healthy food, because they are pricey. They are often pricey, so they choose to move to junk foods and fast food. So how do you think, or your opinion, how to make it false? How to make the statement false? How can you still be healthy but without spending too much?
Okay, so I think the question was, is it true that vegetables and fruits are expensive, is it? and then junk foods are more cheaper than it. So I think for those who say fruits and vegetables are expensive, they never went to any supermarket. You can go with me. I can prove there is cheaper choices of vegetables. Vegetables are cheap as compared to you buy coffee beverages. Like one for minimum, I would say nowadays like 10 ringgit. But 10 ringgit you can get, I think three whole carrots is just like 3 ringgit, and you won't be able to eat the whole carrots for one day. The 3 carrots you can actually just divide into 2 to 3 days consumption, and that's only cost like 3 ringgit. And then you buy the coffee beverages that cost you 10 ringgit, and you still call fruits and vegetables expensive. I think that is totally a misleading statement.
It's a misleading
by
statement.
Malaysians.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also think it's a choice. It's a
Yeah.
choice for them to think like that, because most of them will compare those foods by, for example, the fruits. They will only compare the pricey food. For example, like
Yes,
avocados.
exactly.
Avocado is pricey, but you can always have cheap options.
Yes.
Like grapes or just simply apples. Those are not really pricey food, right?
Yeah.
Pricey fruits, I mean. So yeah, they often say it like that because they choose to see the fruits they want to see, the fruits they want to think
want to
that is
eat.
pricey, and they want to eat pricey fruit, pricey fruit. Sorry. So yeah, they compare like that. Yeah, I think it's true. It's
Exactly. And then fruits wise, in which everyone should consume fruits on daily basis, because fruits comprise of the vitamins needed, because vitamins ni is a type of micronutrients. So micro ni means small amounts as compared to macro, right? So we don't need large amount of consumption of fruits. Just 1 apple a day would be great, or if not, banana, or what else, pear. It's very okay. I know this might be quite challenging for a big family, but then if you can't have it every day, just don't skip it forever. Like at least a week, maybe like get fruits consumption 2 to 3 times. So everything can be quite lenient. It doesn't have to be very rigid every single day you have to consume fruits for those who have very big family or very low socio-economic status. So yeah.
talking about vitamins, right? There are opinions from professionals. Some says that you don't need vitamins. You only need original food, which is like veggies and fruits, because whatever in vitamins are those things. But some professionals
You
also...
mean supplements?
Yeah, supplements.
Vitamin supplements?
Yeah, vitamin supplements. But some professionals also has stated their opinion that we are actually need that to support our health. So can you give me your opinion on that? Because I am actually highly curious about that.
All right, okay. So supplements and vitamin supplements and vitamins from fruits, okay. It depends on your physical activity and your lifestyle. So for those like maybe athletes and then like some cancer patients, so yes, they can't consume 100% from the fruits. I mean, it will not be enough. They need more. So that is when supplements come in hand for them, for this this group of people. But for us, the normal people who goes to work and then spend time for exercise, like maybe 30 to 40 minutes, a normal serving of fruits is enough. So you don't have to depend on the fruits. One more thing. Fruits also, I'm not encouraging for anyone to get supplements, but for those who smoke or vape, they have lower absorption rate in the body when they consume fruits or vegetables. So in order to absorb the micronutrients, so they might need more, but that does not give the green light for such individuals yang smoke ataupun vape to consume the supplement, but just get extra from the vegetables or fruits.
So we are talking about exercise and diet. So what exercise do you do and what diet do you practice actually?
All right, so for exercise, I don't have specific, but I actually love to do all type of exercise. But currently, I'm doing running, swimming,
Swimming?
Yeah.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah, so both. The rest, yeah, I think just running on daily basis and also some strengthening workout as well.
Daily basis. So before you going to work or how?
After work, because I'm working 8 to 5, so the only time that I can spare my time is after work. So I will try to be very disciplined to exercise after work. Maybe like in a week, I would spend like 4 to 5 times per
In the
week.
evening.
In the evening after work.
Do you ever exercise at night?
I try to avoid because at night we actually very encouraged to avoid strenuous activity. We don't want to increase our heart rate. So I definitely not encourage everyone to exercise at night. That is very strenuous, which means like more than zone 2 heart rate lah.
Okay, Lena. Given that in Malaysia, we have 11% of Malaysians that have pre-diabetes. So I want to ask for tips or advice on how these individuals can take steps to prevent the progression of the diabetes mellitus.
All right. Okay, so I would like to highlight 11% being diagnosed as pre-diabetes, right? But have you ever imagined those who actually never do the health screening? Yes.
Yes,
exactly.
true.
That is for those who actually did the health screening.
Yeah.
That's when they get the data of 11% pre-diabetes. But how many Malaysians actually is not diagnosed with pre-diabetes? We never actually know the data because not everyone do the medical checkup, and we don't have the numbers. So it's quite worrying because it's already 11%. So we don't know who actually it could be actually more. So how to prevent from being diagnosed is that when you have pre-diabetes, it gives the opportunity and also chance to actually not being diagnosed. What you can do, that is a very crucial period whereby you need to control your portion intake. So that is when you need to apply the diabetic diet, even though you're not yet diagnosed, because we want to improve your glycemic control back and then your blood sugar level and all. So what you can do is that your nutrition intake and then your physical activity both comes hand in hand, seriously. There is no like going at pace 10 ke, maksudnya cannot go slow down dah. You have to really strict and then follow the diet for you to really like control your glycemic, your blood sugar level. So try to include vegetables in your meal, and then try to reduce the carbohydrate intakes. Carbohydrate ni
It's actually have
Malaysians
high sugar levels juga
yeah,
kan?
carbohydrates like comprises of the sugar as well, like glucose. So Malaysians consume a lot of carbohydrates. Raya seasons, let me just list down: ketupat, lemang, nasi impit, roti jala, kuih-kuih, nasi minyak. There's a lot of carbo going on during the raya season, right? So as compared to like on our daily basis, we start our breakfast with what? Nasi lemak.
Yeah,
Nasi
typical
lemak,
Malaysian
bihun
breakfast.
goreng, telur mata. What else? Roti canai. I have to share with you all here. My patient. So I have seen my patients consume 10 pieces of roti canai at one sitting.
At one sitting, 10 pieces of roti canai.
Yes.
I barely can even finish one.
That is why never say, why are you so emotional, Liana, being a dietitian? You need third-party dietitian. No, I have seen the worst in Malaysians in terms of their dietary habits, and this caused the pre-diabetes. At a very young age, you have this kind of dietary habit. How can I not be worried about the youth later, right? So it's something that should not be normalized. Yeah. So what you can do is try to really control your carbohydrates portions, because that is the reason why you got pre-diabetes. So if air manis and then a lot of carbohydrates And then if you never actually consume vegetables, start to consume, and then start exercise. Don't ask how to go diet, how to fix this, Lena. Do it first. Because sometimes they just keep on asking me so many
But
questions.
they never do
They
it.
never actually execute
Yeah.
it. So yeah, just do it. Even the small changes will make difference. Yeah.
Okay, when you talk about the roti canai kan, I think I have few kenalan yang maybe they have been started to eat that much since early age. Sometimes since maybe baru 5 years old, but they eat so much. And actually, I am wondering about those parents who doesn't give their children macam makan garam or gula masa baby tu. Do you know those like cerita macam some parents don't allow people to give their children any sorts of food that have sorts of sugar in them.
That is if before 1 year old, that is the right way to do. After 1 year old, you can introduce salt. But before 1 year old, you are prohibited to introduce salt in your child's meal.
Only salt or salt and sugar?
Salt and sugar.
Salt and sugar.
Salt and sugar. After 1 year old, yes, you can introduce, but not extreme. Start slowly.
Oh, I see. So that is not solely wrong lah.
Yeah, it depends on the age of the child.
Faham. Okay. So you were talking about diabetic diet just now.
Okay.
So what is actually about and how to do it?
Okay, diabetic diet is mainly focus on the carbohydrate contents. So you limit everything, just follow the suku-suku separuh. So yes, that is it's not diabetic diet, but that is somehow how you can actually do it. So basically, when you're doing diabetic diet, you have to be mindful of all the carbohydrates content. Starchy vegetables, we never actually consider potato as carbohydrates, right? So sometimes when we already eat the rice, we also take the potato. So that is also a source of carbohydrates as well that need to be mindful. And then corn is also a starchy vegetables. So you need to be mindful when you consume rice, and then you want to have it corn as well with you. So yeah, that is what diabetic diet is all about. It's all about your carbohydrate source of foods.
I see.
And you look so stunning.
Because actually all the informations were given is actually quite new to me, because not everyone share this on a daily life basis.
Yes.
So yeah, I am quite shocked here. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, as we all know, now kan Malaysian, mostly we are bekerja kan. So not everyone can have the time to cook at home. So most of us are dining out. So in your opinion, what or how to make individuals make healthier food choices when they are dining out?
Okay. All right. Dining out is not an option yang I would actually encourage. But if you have no way, like dining out is the only options, I would suggest that rather than you go for breakfast, right? You want to be quick. So instead of choosing roti canai, try to choose chapati or thosai, or tandoori with roti Arab. Yeah, so that is actually a healthier choices. I'm not saying that so you cannot eat roti canai, Kaliana. I'm saying that roti canai is not for you for your daily basis consumption. So try to choose healthier choices like I mentioned earlier. And then and it's also not being normalized by Malaysian to pick vegetable dishes when you're dining out. So usually we will just pick out our meals. Okay, I want to order nasi goreng Cina. And then everyone choose their own meals. But they never actually choose, okay, why not we pick up one vegetable dish? That is never a practice in Malaysia, right? But, ever since, having to be part of international program earlier, which is SEAP. So I have friends from Japan as well. So when they come to Malaysia, they bring a good culture to me, in which that is a good thing that should be implemented among Malaysian as well. They would pick vegetable dishes when we are dining out.
Only vegetable?
A lot on top of that with vegetables. So I'm ordering nasi goreng Cina, And then they say, why not we choose also vegetables, some vegetables, just one vegetable dish. It's like a la carte punya lah. So yeah, so that is something that should be implemented in Malaysian culture as well. So try when you're dining out, no problem to choose such foods, but try to include vegetable dish as well. And rather than choose nasi goreng paprik or nasi goreng daging merah or nasi goreng kampung, ataupun I'm giving example of like nasi goreng with dishes, but try to choose nasi putih with the dishes when dining out, because that will reduce so much of the calorie consumptions and fat consumptions. So rather than nasi goreng paprik, nasi goreng daging merah, why not nasi putih with nasi putih daging merah, nasi putih paprik, ataupun nasi putih ayam kunyit. Yeah, so that is much more healthier. That is how you dine out in a healthier way. Yeah, and at night if you go like mamak, tak semestinya ada Maggi goreng mamak. There's also like what? There's also like I said, roti Arab ataupun naan. But not naan cheese lah. Plain naan. Yeah.
Plain naan.
And then you pair with some protein as well, like tandoori chicken or maybe like half-boiled egg. Because at night we don't need so much of calories. We just need the calories to sustain for a few hours, and then we're going to bed soon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you think about vegetables that serve, for example, kangkung goreng ikan masin? Kan dia macam
Unhealthy, is it?
very, very salty, but it's a kangkung. So how do you...
Okay, when you're choosing, I always say that it's either one of it. Not like unhealthy, but slightly higher calories. So if you choose if you choose kangkung ikan masin kan, so with rice, plain rice, and then the pair will be like maybe steamed fish. So slightly healthier choices. So of course, I don't preach of something that is not palatable to your palate, kan? So it must be something that is tasty as well. So if you choose kangkung ikan masin, then maybe like something that is maybe ikan steamed together with the plain rice. Yeah. So that's how you make such choices. So
it's actually how you balance it out, all the dishes that you order.
Yep.
So you yourself, what do you usually order when you go dine out?
I don't really dine out.
Really? So
much.
You cook?
I cook. Yeah, I usually cook. Or
what dishes?
If at work, I will go. We have our own cafe, so I just choose from the dishes lah. So I just choose like plain rice, and then maybe like soup, chicken soup, and then the vegetables would be like quite stir fried vegetables. Or else I would just like do chicken wraps. Yeah, something that is very simple, because life in hospital is a bit in hurry.
Yeah.
So I don't have. I can just eat anything. It doesn't have to be so good or tasty, as long as I get the right nutrition.
So your usual on-the-go meal is?
It will be chicken rice.
Chicken wrap that you cook yourself.
For if I cook myself, it will be chicken wrap.
Chicken wrap.
Yeah.
Chicken rice is when you dine out.
Yes.
I
exactly.
see. That's actually interesting, because not every healthy food is not tasty. There are healthy food that are actually a lot of healthy food that is
the combinations.
tasty. Yeah, you just have to pandai mix and match everything.
Yes,
Macam
exactly.
buah or sayur. Not all sayur tak sedap. Yes, I agree. I am not a huge fan of vegetables, but I do eat some, and when I eat them quite in a large portion, because I know that I don't take other vegetables. I only take this vegetable. For example, cauliflower. I love cauliflower. My mother always cook cauliflower soup. So when she cooked it, I will like devour it. A bowl of it, because I know that I don't eat other vegetables. I am very picky about my vegetables, but I do eat some vegetables. Don't be mad at me. Okay, so nowadays there are many diet trends going on. For example, I can say IF, intermittent fasting. So do you think it's actually healthy and working, or it's not?
Yeah, there's a lot of diet these days, carnivore diets, intermittent fasting, fat diet, DASH diets and all. But I think at the end of the day, you ask yourself, will this diet sustain until the end of your life. The end of your life. So if your body weight is gonna rebound due to this diet, then it's not the right diet. It's not the right diet. So, but then for IF, I have to highlight, if you were to practice IF, there's no problem. It says that maybe it's not suitable for daily basis punya practice. So, if you were to practice IF, perhaps when if you really like cannot eat your breakfast, then you can just perform IF for that day. But it doesn't give the green light for you to binge eating during lunch.
So, you yourself as hospital workers is busy with hospitals, right? So you don't have much time to prepare yourself some healthy food. Okay, now I want to talk about students' perspective. Because some students like me personally, we can't bring cutleries or we can't bring
Cookware, is it?
cookware, yeah, in college, right? So we only can buy. So most of the time we will dine out. We will never you can barely see students that cook in college. But some students do. Some students do, I admit it, but most of us don't. But do you have any like tips or maybe suggestions that we can do to maintain a balanced diet?
Okay, I myself was a student as well. Yes, I know it's a bit very challenging to really being mindful for having a healthy dietary pattern. But the least that you can do, because students need foods, they need to eat sufficiently for them to study, to be very alert in when studying. But I see nowadays students love to drink sweet drinks. So I think that is the only part that I think you need to reduce in order to practice a healthy eating. Dari segi foods intake, I mean like you just can, of course you can dine out like I said earlier. Just choose the right portions and then include vegetables as well. And of course, be mindful on the carbohydrates intake, because students sometimes consume a lot of carbohydrates. That is when they build the habit of getting used to consume so much of carbohydrates later in life, being an adult later. So being an adult, don't dah biasa to eat so much of carbohydrates back in during students time, right? So just be mindful on the carbohydrate intakes during students, and then try to reduce the intake of sweet beverages during studies, because I know these days tengok students like sikit-sikit ada apa tu,
sweet beverages, chaji,
like
juice,
any type of sweet beverages. So
so it means that sweet beverages actually play a huge role in our diet. Is it?
It could be, especially when you want to avoid such disease. So you want to maintain a for your longevity. So you don't want to consume so much of sugars on daily basis, and you don't want to build the habit of getting used to having to drink sweet drinks.
Okay, but sometimes we all know that sugar are our type source of energy, kan? So macam sometimes students drink sugar just to be energized every day, but sometimes not everyone.
No, that's actually additive dah. That's actually dependent, because they already get used to drinking the sweet drinks on daily basis, so they build up the habit already. But everyone can survive. I mean, like some people can survive without the sweet drinks. If you start to change your dietary pattern, somehow you will get used to it, and sweet drinks is something that is not really will not bother you anymore. Just try to reduce it, and you will see the difference.
I see. So after all, everything is about choices. It's about your own choices, what you choose to have, what you choose to eat, what you choose to drink, and yang lain-lain tu nafsu lah kan orang kata selalunya. So we have come to an end. I want to ask you one last question. What one key or one piece of advice that you would like to share with all the youth that is watching us today?
Okay. Do not be bothered with what people say. If you want to change your life, you do it. because at the end of the day, it's all about yourself. You will be the one who will be in control of your quality of life, and your quality of life will depends on your health. So that is how you can pursue anything in your life. So in terms of dietary pattern, portion control, always I want really to emphasize this, portion control, and try to practice mindful eating. Yeah.
Okay, so with that piece of advice, we have come to an end to another inspiring episodes of our Hi Gang podcast. So me and production team would like to give you a heartfelt thanks and gratitude for coming here today, spend your time to share your experience, to share your thoughts and tips and also tricks and also experiences that you have that could be shared to everyone. So I hope whoever listens to this episode of a podcast will actually practice what we have been discussing and actually take insight of whatever we are discussing just now, because this is just not a discussion. We don't want this to end here. We want this to be actually practiced out there, to be executed by everyone, to actually live a healthy life. After all, health is wealth. You will be wealthy if you are healthy. As usual, before we end our podcast session today, I would like to encourage you guys to paksa you guys to go follow, like and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We have YouTube, Hi Gang Podcast. We have Facebook, JBS Negara and Belia.my, Instagram, JBS Negara, TikTok, JBS Negara, Twitter, JBS_Negara, and also we have our website, which is www.kbs.gov.my and also www.jbsn.gov.my. With all those social media, we also have our own hashtags, which is #TeamKBS, #TeamJBSN, #JBSN Bersama, and #Rakamuda. So with all those social medias and all those hashtags, don't forget to use to stay connected with us. And with that, we end our podcast episode for today. So thanks for tuning in. Take care, stay inspired, and until next time. Bye.